lovelies, it's Miss Lady Lace here on my Pinup Glamour channel, and today I have for you a new fabulous video where we're going to be doing a bit of vintage organization and clearing out our vintage hair supplies. If you're a long-time glamorous friend, welcome back, and if you're new here, I share tips, tricks, tutorials, and so much more on pinup, burlesque, and the vintage lifestyle, so if you love any of these things, be sure to subscribe. Today I set my hair and I was looking at my foam curlers, which I haven't washed in the longest time, so I thought this needs to be done, especially as there's lots of projects that I have going in the lead up to having a baby in March next year. So I thought I'd make sort of like a tutorial and clearing out part of my vintage dresser, which is one of the big projects I really want to get done before the baby gets here. What we'll be doing today is more something you should be doing on a regular basis, not just a once-off big clear out, but I thought it'd be fun to make a little video and take you along with me. So here we have my vintage dresser, which it doesn't look too messy, but the drawers are they've become a little bit more disorganized, and as you can see here in the drawer with my foam rollers, they are in desperate need of a clean. I'm also going to be cleaning out my brushes, which is something you can do regularly as well to keep those brushes lasting as long as possible so we don't waste these items. For both my foam curlers and my hairbrushes, I only replace them when they completely wear out, when they tear to bits, where they fall apart and are no longer usable. For our clear out today, if you want to take part and clear out your own stuff too, all you'll realistically need are the items you're looking to clean, and I simply use just a little bit of shampoo in water to clean these items. I'll be using Sukin products as that's what I use for my hair and kind of what I use just to clean the products I use in my hair as well. So we're going to start off with the grossest of the tasks, and it is a little bit icky, but before we actually go to clean all these items out, I remove all hair from them. So with my hairbrushes, I'm just removing that excess hair, and with my foam rollers, I'm going to take as much hair off the roller as I can. Then I'm going to remove the foam part of the foam roller from the plastic, and I'm going to wash these two bits separately. I'll then fill a basin with some warm water and some shampoo in here, and I'm going to start with my brushes, and I use my bristle brush to scrub my other brushes and then really let that soak. If you find you have lots of product buildup from using these for a long time, you can even let those items soak a little bit longer just to loosen up that product to make it easier to clean. I like to do my brushes first, as I'm going to utilize my bristle brush to help clean the plastic parts of my foam rollers. I'll then start with the foam inserts and give them a nice thorough wash through, really mixing that all through so I'm really getting a deep clean. I'll then take those out. I will rinse them in a moment, but I'm going to pop in my plastic parts, give them a nice thorough scrub through using that bristle brush, which is nice and clean now. Really help to get in all of those crevices and give a nice deep clean. Once I'm happy with how clean these items are, I'll drain the water and rinse out everything just so I'm getting rid of any excess soap and shampoo, as I don't want that mixing in as I'm setting my hair. It's currently summer here in Australia, so it's the perfect time to dry out these sorts of items. If you are somewhere cooler, try and pop that somewhere where they are going to dry a little bit quicker, so it may be inside versus outside. But I'm going to chuck them outside on a table. I'm just going to make sure, especially with the foam rollers, there's not any excess water in those items before I pop them out. You will want to plan your clean accordingly. So I've set my hair today, as I mentioned at the start of the video, so I won't need my foam rollers for another 3 to 5 days, so that's the perfect timing. If you know you need to set your hair tonight and you wash your curlers in the morning, there's a chance they may not be ready by the evening depending on your weather. You could definitely try popping them in a laundry bag and popping them in the dryer just so they dry a little bit quicker if that's an urgent circumstance, but I'd recommend planning washing them at a point where you're not going to need them for a few days, so they definitely have enough time to dry depending on the weather. I think with our 35 to 40 degree Celsius weather here in Perth, they'll probably be dry by this afternoon, but in other places where the climate is cooler, it's just definitely something to consider. Now you may be thinking, how often should I be doing this? And you can probably get away with it for a little while. It's been a couple months for me, which is very naughty. I'd recommend trying to do it on a monthly basis. They don't need weekly cleans. They're not going to get too dirty, but it's just worth staying on top of because the quality of the foam curler, you can definitely see. So here's a little before video, the foam curlers before I clean them, and here's them after. They're a lot more plump and the use of them is just going to be much more efficient now. This has been my video on some vintage organization with a bit of a tutorial on how to clean your foam rollers. I truly hope you've enjoyed today's video and found it a bit useful. If you have, be sure to give it a like and a comment, as that really helps me out. And if there's anything else you'd like to see in the near future, do let me know in the comments below. For vintage hair inspiration and other fun, I post super regularly to Instagram and TikTok. Simply follow @MissLadyLace and drop me a message so I can follow you back too. To never miss out on one of these vintage posts, be sure to hit that subscribe button below, and I will see you in the next video.